Getting all around my room, my world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the South Carolina Gamecocks Dynasty here on College Football 26. In the last episode, we had our national championship game against the Mormons of BYU, and let me just tell you something. We grabbed those Mormons by their white collars and we slapped them around a little bit. And we said, this national championship ain't going to the White Mountains of Utah. This trophy is headed to the home of the Gamecock. And we brought that home. We are national champions in year number 1. It's an unbelievable thing to win a national championship in the first year of a rebuild, but we did it. Now, the big storyline headed into the rest of this dynasty, or at least the next couple of years, is how do we not rebuild the team after winning, but how do we retool the team? We've entered that atmosphere of a Georgia, an Alabama, an Ohio State, a Texas, where those teams don't rebuild ever. Those teams just reload for the next year because they have so much talent coming in every single year. So we need to be in that same air. We need to retool, reload for another run next year so we can go back to back. But it's going to be difficult because we're almost 99% sure that we are losing our Heisman Trophy winning wide receiver, Nick Harbor, to the NFL. He's a junior. He just, like I said, won the Heisman Trophy. He had one of the best seasons in college football history as a wide receiver, and there's almost zero chance he's coming back. So Nick Harbor, unfortunately, will be one and done here in South Carolina. At least he's not obviously one and done in his career, but he's one and done in the dynasty. And then we also have probably, I'd say, like a 75, 85% chance to lose Lenore Sellers. There is a slight possibility he does return. That would kind of mess up things a little bit because we have Aaron Nolan waiting behind him. And then we also have Felix Coatney, the freshman recruit that's coming in that looks very good, that could be starting over Aaron Nolan. We're going to have a quarterback battle between those two. But there's not going to be any quarterback battle if Lenore comes back. So we'll have to see what those two do. Those are the only ones that are like the two most important decisions to make, because Dylan Stewart, the third best player on the team, he's a sophomore. So he has to come back. Unless he transfers, I guess. But I don't think his deal breaker is going to cause him to transfer. So Dylan Stewart's a guarantee to come back. But Lenore Sellers and Nick Harbor are the two big decisions that are going to be made in today's episode. So we have to find out what happens with those guys. But we're going to do the entire offseason in today's episode, which means transfer portal, finishing up regular high school recruiting, seeing who goes to the league. Maybe anybody gets drafted. I would assume Nick Harbor would get drafted if he goes, and probably Lenore Sellers as well. And all the good stuff that encompasses an off-season episode here on the World of Juice channel. So if you go and enjoy, hit the like button, subscribe to the Juice Club, and let's get started and begin our run to defend our championship. We pick up right where we left off in the last episode as national champions, 15-1, undefeated in the SEC, although we didn't have to play that many tough teams. Like, we didn't have Alabama or Texas. Oh, we did have Alabama. We didn't have Texas on the schedule. We didn't have Georgia on the schedule. We had LSU, Oklahoma, Alabama, Ole Miss. Those are some interesting games. As you can see, we only won by a single point against Ole Miss. But we didn't have the toughest SEC schedule we could have had. I mean, we played Missouri, Vanderbilt, Kentucky at the beginning of the season. So, like, we could have gotten scheduled a lot harder SEC schedule. And maybe, I mean, that's what the South Carolina schedule looks like in real life. Maybe next year when we get to an auto-generated schedule, maybe we're going to get a little bit tougher. I would assume we'd have to play Georgia at some point. So we probably can't avoid them too long. Probably Texas as well. We'll see what happens. But if you want to take a look at anything like stats, we took a look at the final overall encompassing stats for the season. That included every single game we played. We took a look at those in the last episode as well. The trophy room we've seen. We got a good amount of trophies. 13 trophies already in one single season. Now, a lot of those are individual awards because we won individual awards with a lot of different players. But we have all the bowl game trophies. We have a rivalry trophy against Clemson. So we got a lot of fun trophies in the trophy case. I'm loving to see it. But it's time to move on. It's time to move on. We took a look at all the staff moves and stuff. We talked about that pretty intensely and pretty in-depthly, I guess. And that's a big level up. 5200 XP is huge. Another huge level up. I'm hoping we might be losing a lot of players simply because of brand exposure, but like I said, I'm going to try to not have that happen because our brand exposure wouldn't be bad. We just won a national championship. The brand exposure is the high as it can be. So if there are people that are going to transfer to brand exposure, then I will change that because brand exposure should not be bad. We should be winning games. We do get Offensive Player of the Week in the SEC and Defensive Player of the Week. So we move on to the offseason. I think the one thing we didn't check is All-Americans. So let's take a look at All-Americans here. We've got Nick Harbor, obviously, won the Heisman. He's a first-team National All-American. Dylan Stewart makes first team, but that's the only guys there. Second team is Brian Thomas Jr. Good for him. He had a great season. Freshman All-Americans, nationally, we don't get any of them. I don't know if we had any freshman All-American or freshman players that were good enough, but still. And then in the SEC, we get Nick Harbor, a lot of offensive linemen, or only one offensive lineman, Trevon Baugh, Brian Thomas Jr., Dylan Stewart, DQ Smith as first team or second team. We get Jair Johnson. I think it's Jair. It's a weird way to spell Jair, but I think it's Jair. And then freshman, we don't get anybody. So a few All-Americans. I feel like it's a little underwhelming. We didn't get that many All-Americans when we probably should have. But hey, it's whatever. Here's the national championship. South Carolina beats BYU 24-21. They did make it a game. I will give it that. They made it a game, but we secured it in the end. So, national champions for year number 1 of the Dynasty. Congratulations to the boys. We're going to try to repeat next season. We are almost done with the recruiter tree. The only thing left that we have is persuasive personality. I said that wrong. Persuasive personality, which is increasing the sway of all the different recruiting positions. So if we want to go into that, we can. We also have the possibility of just going deeper into motivator, which is probably where we should go. So I'm just going to start bumping up all of the motivator sections, trying to get into that. And we'll see if we can make a dent in that in the future. Now that it costs 8 instead of 5, it just takes a little bit longer to upgrade everything. I think we took a look at the staff. Did we lose anybody? I don't know if we lost anybody. We do have some pretty interesting head coaching hires. We've talked about these previously. There's pretty insane, I will say that. Oh, that's right. We hired Timmy Chang as our offensive coordinator, but we kept our defensive coordinator. So we now have head coach Timmy Chang from Hawaii. He now moves to the offensive coordinator job at South Carolina. So we're going to be passing the ball a lot more than we did this year, and we passed the ball a lot. Let's move on to the next portion of the offseason. We've got DeMarcus Stoner choosing Wake Forest. That's fine. It's not that big of a deal. And we're still brand exposure C+. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. Players leaving. Here's the moment of truth. Wow, that's a lot of people. And you can see a lot of brand exposure transfers. We'll change that. Don't worry. So, Lenore Sellers is projected to go in the draft, but he's round 4. Oh, I hate that. Oh. Kilgore is projected round 6. Let's start by going through each position. So, Aaron Nolan wants to transfer to brand exposure. So does Drew Overton. We'll fix that in a second. Lenore Sellers transferring or going to the draft round 4. The only reason I hate that is because I almost want to bring him back, or at least attempt to bring him back, because I feel like he should be going higher than that. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Running back Jarrett Stewart wants pro potential. Really? We have a C+ pro potential, Jarrett Stewart, who had a good end of the season while these two guys were wear and tear. Jarrett Stewart wants to transfer for pro potential. Huh. Okay. Fullbacks graduating. Mazio Bennett and Vendravius Jacobs are transferring to brand exposure. Alan Wilbur wants playing style. And then we're graduating Jared Brown, Luke Doty, and Cole Shiloh. Transfer brand exposure for Michael Smith. The rest of the tight ends are graduating. We're going to have any tight ends if we don't get Michael Smith back. Josiah Thomas is transferring to brand exposure. Rodney Newsom Jr. graduation. Travon Baugh is transfer for playing style. Very interesting. Why doesn't he like our playing style? Because we didn't run the ball enough? Probably. That's probably why he's transferred. But he's an 85 overall junior that would be leaving if we can't get him back. Oh, that's annoying. I guess I should have paid more attention to that. Kason Henry, brand exposure. Jatavius Shivers is pro potential. We're gonna have guys drafted in the league. Just wait a minute, and we can have these guys return. August Pendleton is left edge. He's transferring for playing time. You might play August. I don't know. I haven't looked at the depth chart yet, but you might play. So why don't you give it a chance? Graduation for Brian Thomas Jr., Monkel Goodwine, and Nick Barrett are just graduating. Then you've got Demon Clowney, brand exposure. Zachary Grimes is playing time. And Jatius Gear is graduation. Andrew Colasurdo, graduation. No Mike linebackers, no Will linebackers. The only corner, which is pretty big actually, Miles Norwood is graduating. And then you got Kilgore, David Bussey. I think it's Busey, but I like saying Bussey. And then you got Kelvin Hunter, all brand exposure. DQ Smith graduating, Buddy Mack the third graduating. The other Kilgore is going to the draft. Derek Duckworth is graduation. Putnam is pro potential. There's a kicker wanting to transfer for pro potential? Are you kidding me? That's unbelievable. We're going to lose our kicker to pro potential. All right, let's start talking about possible persuasions because we have 10 persuasion opportunities. So I'm not going to use any persuasion opportunities on the brand exposure transfers because we can get those guys back with a change of a setting. So that's not going to matter. So those guys will come back. But we can use persuasion chances on guys that are doing for playing time. Drew Overton, I think we should let go because we are bringing back Felix Coatney. We're going to have Aaron Nolan back, so we're going to have two quarterbacks ahead of him anyway. And then the medium, Lenoris Sellers, man, I don't know. I obviously want to try to persuade Jarek Stewart to come back because he'd be our number one running back. But he wants to leave to pro potential, and he's going to leave. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean he's gone. We can work on him in the portal, but just the fact that we have to go through that process is kind of annoying. I don't know how our pro potential is not that good. We're going to have guys in the league. Can you not see these guys getting drafted? Whatever. Mazio, we don't have to worry about. He's coming back. Alan Wilbur, I don't know if I want to waste one on him. He's got, what's his dev trait? Impact. He's a 5'7", 173. He's a very small dude. We'll save one for him. I don't know. We don't have to waste one on Michael Smith. Josiah Thompson, same deal. Graduation. Playing style. I want you back for sure. And you're not coming back. You gotta be kidding me, man. Playing style. That's my fault, probably. We should have ran the ball a little bit more. Pro potential for Jatavius Shivers. I'll offer one to you. And we're 0 for 3. All right. Playing time for August Pendleton. I'll try it. 0 for 4. Yay! This is working amazingly. Zachariah Grimes. Do I want you back? I mean, I gotta try to get the frickin' cornerback or the kicker back. I'll try to get Kilgore back just because it's round 6. And Kilgore's coming back. Okay, we're 1 for 5 or 1 for 4, whatever I said. So he's not going to the draft just yet. He'll be returning. Can please come back, Putnam. I don't want to have to recruit a kicker. Oh my God. All right, man. You do you. You transfer due to playing style or whatever you said. Was it Brandings? But what was your thing? Pro potential. Yeah, you're going to go to the league for sure, dude. Totally. All right. Do we waste one on Lenoris? Because there's a chance he comes back. Because it's medium persuasion chance. Do we waste one on him? I guess not waste, but do we use one on him and risk? I'm going to try it. He's failed. He's leaving. He's going to the draft. I needed to know. Lenoris Sellers will not be returning. He's going to the NFL draft. Where's Nick Harbor at? Oh my God, Nick Harbor's coming back. Oh my God. I didn't even process that because I was so worried about the brand exposure, guys. Nick Harbor's not in this. We're going to have senior season Nick Harbor. Oh my God. He was the one that was like a 99% chance he was leaving. Oh my God. Nick Harbor is coming back. He said, run it back, coach. I want to win another Heisman. I want to be up there with Archie. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. We're going to use one on Drew Overton. Oh, he's coming back actually, because I need to use one on everybody that's not brand exposure so that they can leave and not come back when I change the setting. So everybody that's not... Oh, this is playing time. Zachariah Grimes. We got to use one on him. He's coming back, actually, which is good. And then I think the only other one is the wide receiver. We have one more chance. So let's offer him, and he's coming back as well. Okay, so now everybody's gone here. Now we need to change the setting. What setting is it? Is it a league setting? I think it might be a league setting. So we go in here. Is it a league setting? Yeah, max transfers per team. We drop this down to 0, and then those guys should come back. So if we go back to players leaving, the brand exposure guys should come. Or did I use that? Did I do that too early? I don't know. Let me figure it out, because obviously those guys aren't leaving. So I'm not going to save until I figure out those guys back. So I'm gonna move the next week. We're gonna see if those guys actually transferred or not. If they did, then I'll just reset the save and go back and do it again. Do it earlier this time. But did those guys actually transfer? I need to know. So transfer portal, wide receiver. Where's Mazio at? Leacock's there. Naziah Hunter from Nebraska's in the portal who wants to come here. That's kind of crazy. Is Mazio in this? Mazio is in this. Okay, so we need to reset the save, because I must not have done it right. So I'll be back when I have it figured out. Okay, so I was able to figure it out, and when I reloaded the save, Lenore Sellers wasn't there. He chose not to transfer this time. So I go to quarterbacks, he's not here. It's just Aaron Nolan and Drew Overton, and this time we didn't get Drew Overton. I persuaded him. I used one of my persuasions on him. It didn't work. So this time we didn't get him back. But Lenore Sellers is back now. I didn't know that was a possibility when we reloaded the save. I thought it would be the same guys every single time. He's back. So that throws in a big wrinkle that we didn't have previously. But now you can see there's a guaranteed chance that all these guys are coming back due to whatchamacallit, brand exposure, which is what I wanted. And the what I had to do was, I'll show you in case you want to do this yourself, is... you just go to your settings and you go over here to the user. I changed the max transfers per team. That's what I messed up the first time. It was the wrong thing. You needed to go to user player transfers and toss that down to 0 for it to work. That's what you needed to do. So those guys are coming back. It's just, I wouldn't have done it if it was any other transfer, but because it was brand exposure, which our brand exposure should not have been bad. We just won the national championship. How did it not adjust yet? So the brand exposure should have been higher. Those guys shouldn't have transferred. So I will move it back up to 55 like normal so that we are back to regular. But I couldn't have those guys leave. It's not the right thing for them to leave. So we only get 2 draft picks this time. Faison and Kilgore both go in the 5th round because Lenore Sellers chose to return, which is very strange. I thought, like I said earlier, I thought that once you were in the thing, I didn't like reset the save except for it just went backed out and backed in. He's back now. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that whatsoever. So that throws a wrench into our quarterback plans. That is for sure. That throws a wrench into the quarterback plans. So very, very strange. Don't know what's going to happen because we bring in 5-star Felix Coatney. But the transfer portal is here. And you know I'm going to be all about the transfer portal. The number 1 player in the class, Colin Simmons, wants to come here. Oh my God, Colin Simmons and Dylan Stewart as a combination would feed so many families that we would end world hunger. We have to go after Colin Simmons. That's a guarantee. Jordan Seaton from Colorado would be a pretty nice pickup as well. Coy Parrish is here. We did just bring him in the East Delaware Dynasty, but I will offer him again. It's Coy Parrish. Of course I'm going to offer him. Bray Hubbard is a safety from Alabama that's transferring. Maybe. I'll talk about it. Ashton Stamps, that's a great name. We've got Fluff Bothwell from Mississippi State. I know that name. That name's familiar. I want to go after him for sure. Trey White is an edge rusher from San Diego State. Denzel Boston from Washington is a wide receiver that could pair alongside our guy. We do need a center, I think. We might as well try to bring in Brady Small. Jeremiah Wilson is a boundary corner from Florida State. Alonza Barnett. We went down that path with Golden Broncos last year in 25, and it didn't really work out too much. Ernest Green from Georgia will put on the board. Dorian Fleming from Maryland. Tal Johnson, Utah. Brian Nelson II is also a boundary corner. Boundary corners are probably pretty useful. We're going to need those guys. And also, we're first on their board, so that's huge. Are we first on Colin Simmons' board? We are. Oh my God. Colin Simmons is insane. He's so good. He's so good. It's kind of illegal how good he is. California for TJ Bush. Kamari Ramsey is a corner from USC. I think he's a corner. Oh, he's a free safety. Amari Farrell. Duke Watson. Christian Gray from Notre Dame. We brought him in the Delaware Knight Dynasty as well. Ricky Gibson. I'll try to stay away from guys that we brought in Delaware because that's no fun then. We're just getting the same guys every single time. Where's the fun in that? Let me take a look at Ohio State players, though. I'm always curious about what Buckeyes are transferring. Always curious about them Buckeyes. Who's leaving from BYU? That's a big question. LJ Martin. Those guys played well against us. Those guys did play well against us. What kind of Buckeyes are leaving in the portal? Indiana, Illinois, Iowa State, Jackson State, Kent State, LSU. A lot of guys leaving from LSU. A lot of guys leaving from LSU. Jeez. I wish they would come play for me. Oh, Michael Van Buren, quarterback transferring. All right, where's the big dog? Where's the Buckeyes? Mississippi State, Northern Illinois, NC State, Nebraska. Ooh, any Dylan Raiola? No Dylan Raiola. That would have been cool, but no Dylan Raiola. What about Leacock? Bring Leacock to the Gamecocks? Cock and cock. Notre Dame. Anybody big? Not really. Okay, here are the Buckeyes. You got Bo Jackson, but he doesn't want to come play for us because of playing style. Jason Ball, Tavian St. Clair. Oh, playing time. Yeah, he wouldn't want to come here anyway. Wow, not very many Buckeyes, only 3. But some good freshmen that are leaving. Bo Jackson and Tavian St. Clair. It's kind of annoying, actually, if I'm a Buckeye fan. I want to see something real quick. Did they patch the ability to transfer? Well, I'm past it now. I guess I can't see it. I forgot about that. I should have done it during the players leaving thing. You used to be able to whatchamacallit, tell guys to transfer from other teams if he just went to be their coach. But I heard a lot of people said that they patched it, and I was gonna do it myself, but I forgot. I forgot to do it. I guess I could back out and go back in and do that, but it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Let's keep working on the transfer portal here. Let's keep working on the portal. All right, so now that we looked at what Buckeyes were leaving, let's get back to business here. So we're going after no quarterbacks this year. We don't need to. We're bringing back our guy Lenore Sellers. So why would we need a quarterback? But there's some pretty big names in here. They don't want to come play for us, but they are. There's pretty big names. Running back, we're going after Fluff Bothwell. Duke Watson's leaving from Louisville. You've got AJ Turner from Minnesota. Jalen Buckley from Western Michigan. There's some okay names in here. Lee Beebe Jr. from Indiana could be a decent one. We're gonna need at least one more running back because we're losing 2 to the graduation. So, how many running backs are we bringing in recruiting? Okay, we're working on a couple, but I didn't like any of them. So we do need to go after at least 2 running backs. So we got Fluff, and then who's the other guy that we'd like to bring in? We only have a limited amount of spots remaining, so should we just go after Duke Watson? He's an East-West playmaker, which could be decent. AJ Turner's also a playmaker. Buckley's a bruiser, playmaker for Petaway. Let's offer on Duke Watson. Maybe he can be something good for us. What about wide receiver? We've got Denzel Boston and Naziah Hunter. There's a couple other guys. Kenny Odom, speedster. There's Nathan Leacock. I think we brought Nathan Leacock in the Golden Bronco Dynasty, didn't we not? I think that's right. Ooh, Chris Don Jr. from Texas State. Bengal YouTube. Noah Rogers. There's Vendravius Jacobs, but he left on his own volition. We knew he was leaving. Armani Winfield. Oh, that reminds me. We probably need to go offer the guard that we lost. There he is. Oh, he doesn't want to come back. No, Trevon Baugh. I wanted to try to get him back. He's the #1 guard in the class. Good for him. I wanted him back. He's good. We do need to offer somebody, though. So we'll offer Kalen Ellis or Kalon Ellis, whatever the heck your name is. Who else should we try to go after here? Colin Simmons. If we can get him, man, that's going to be unreal. Unreal. We should probably also try to get a D tackle, too, right? Hey, look at that. Bear Alexander. You know what? I'll go after Bear, just for the memes. That's 35 people on the board. Now, obviously, we can take away some of these freshmen if we don't really think we want them. Like some of those running backs that we have on here, like Akeem Inacho, or Iheanacho, he just doesn't have the speed. He's 81 speed. I don't like him. David Thrash, he's got more speed. Terrence Carlisle, I don't really want to go after you. So we can free up a spot for another guy. Maybe not a running back, but another guy. We've got 2 wide receivers working right now, or committed. Rasmussen was a commit the very first week. He just auto-committed. Javonte Springs we're working on, and then the 2 transfer guys at tight end. We've already got Tyrese Rawls. Romeo Hurt has pro potential as his thing, so Romeo is going to be gone, unfortunately. So that's another one we can free up. We got a lot of left tackles on this board. Do we want to go after Mo Kamalu? Or Kamalu? We can try. We'll keep him on the board because he's a 4-star. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens there. We've got Jason Payne and Colin Simmons. Bear Alexander's on the board now for the fun, for the memes. Lockridge. Corner. We got 2 corners on here. Probably need to add another corner on here. Brady Hubbard. We do need a kicker. That's right. I forgot about that. Got to add a kicker. Don't want to forget about a kicker. All right, so kicker. Who's the best transfer kicker? There's not any transfer portal kickers. What are we doing here? Are you kidding me? You got a 2-star as your best transfer portal kicker? That's out of control. What about just freshmen? Okay, here's some 3-star freshman kickers. We got a power kicker in Kevin Slaughter. That's a crazy name. Greg McCormick. There's a 3-star with a pipeline. He's an accurate. Gabe Battle. I'll put him on there. We'll put him on there for the accuracy. Maybe he could be decent. And we have a spot remaining. We have a couple spots remaining now, so we can add a couple more guys. We probably need to add one more corner. Ashton Stamps is not a bad addition. Trey White. Do I want to add another edge rusher? I probably don't need to add another edge rusher. We probably should focus on maybe like an offensive lineman. That's not a bad idea. So let's offer one more offensive lineman. Probably not a tackle, even though we do have first for a lot of different tackles. Maybe a guard. If I can't get my guy back, Trevon Baugh, maybe we could go for Umarov. Let's offer him from Tennessee. So that's 35 guys on the board. So let's start working on these guys. So obviously we're gonna go immediately, and we're gonna talk to our guy Colin Simmons. I mean, this is a guarantee. We're not gonna waste any hours, at least right now, on trying to scout him because we know he's gonna be a dog. So we're gonna go right in 50 hours and try to keep up with Oregon. All these transfers are pretty much gonna get 50 hours. We have 900. So we can work pretty much as efficient as we can with these 50 hours. It's a little tough that we can't go higher than 50, like we can't offer like 65 or 75, but 50 should be able to get the job done, especially with the good grades. Like we have good grades for a lot of these different players, so we should be able to transition to a hard sell once we're able to, and then be able to get them back, I would assume, or be able to secure the commitments. But most of these top guys are getting 50 hours. We can obviously spread those without, if we run out, we can switch to 40 hours or 25, I guess. But these top guys are getting 50. Absolutely. Johnson's getting 50. We're starting to run out of hours. Makes sense. We need to figure out who we want to offer these guys to. Obviously, we need to get Bear on a scholarship. We need to just, first off, we need to offer everybody a scholarship. That's the first thing we need to do before we run out of hours completely. So let's offer everybody a scholarship. The kicker's not getting 50, that's for sure. The kicker's not getting 50. But we can offer Bear Alexander 50. And you know what? Bear's going to get 25 because we already have 2 D tackles coming in, so we don't need 50 on Bear Alexander. But 50 for Kalen Ellis. 50 for... The kicker can get 10. The kicker can get 10 because nobody's even going after him, so he doesn't need anything. The guard, Umarov, he can get 50. And then we can split up the 70 between these guys. Neziah Hunter can get 25. Duke Watson can get 25. And then 20 can go to the corner Ashton Stamps. Or at least 15 can go to him. And then we can put... what should we put on? We have 5 hours remaining. I guess we can go to one of our freshmen. Like we can go to Kamalu and put 5 on him. See what happens with him. All right, so that's our first initial look at recruiting. Did I show you the draft results? We had two five-round guys, round 5 guys, Kilgore and Faison. All right, let's advance to week number 2 of off-season recruiting and see what happens. Colin Simmons is priority number 1, and we're still number 1 on the board. That is absolutely massive. Absolutely massive. That my man's back, or that my man's at number 1. Okay, so let's figure out what's going on here. So, Springs we're looking good on. Nobody's even going after him. We don't have to worry. We don't have to worry about Jason Payne either. Lockridge, I guess we could have to worry a little bit on him. Colin Simmons, Texas Tech is making a big push. Texas Tech is making a big push. We got to get him on campus. I'm going to get him on campus week 3 for conference prestige. He likes playing style, though. But we're going to get him on campus for conference prestige as well. We probably should also switch to a hard sell already, just to kind of keep pace with Texas Tech and make sure he doesn't go anywhere. So hard sell. We know he likes playing style and conference prestige. So it's going to be... It's probably... Ooh, it's got a chance to be gamer. But it also could be aspirational goal. No, it can't be that one because it's not playing style. It's probably... Ooh, it could be standard bearer too. Good thing is, if we miss, it's not going to be the end of the world because we have good grades on each of them. I'm going to take the risk that it's standard bearer. Playing style, conference prestige, and coach prestige. We're going to take the risk on that. It could end up biting us in the butt. That's true. I'm hoping that it doesn't. Jordan Seaton, we can't send the house on just yet. Or we can't, whatchamacallit just yet. We don't have to put anything on Coy Parrish. Nobody's going after him. Hubbard, we can't do it yet. Bothwell, we can start to hard sell and get him on campus. So a hard sell for him looks like a potential of this one, primetime player, or this one, hometown hero. I hope it's not that one. There's too many guesses. Too many guesses on Fluff. I'm going to just... No! Not the right one. There's too many guesses. I'm going to stay with the visit, or with the hard sell right now. We're going to go with that. Boston, we've jumped down to number 2 on Denzel Boston, even with the 50. Let's get him on campus this week and see what happens. See if we can pass Oregon. We're looking good on Small. We're looking good on Wilson. Ernest Green, we're starting to get a little close with Boise. We're doing really well on a lot of these guys. Neziah Hunter, we probably should just get out of the race for. I don't know if we're going to be able to get him. Bear Alexander. Do I want to get Bear Alexander? I kind of do for the memes. But is the memes good enough to try to push a battle for? I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll keep moving on. I didn't spend my coach skills when I reset the thing, so we got to go back here and spend the ones that we bought previously. There we go. Okay, let's move to week number 3. Colin Simmons, baby. That's our number 1. Cross your fingers. Colin Simmons, please, man. Please. I need you. He's not on this list. That doesn't mean he didn't transfer or didn't commit. Man, Colin Simmons would be so good. All right, we're looking good on these guys. Bear, I don't know. We have 85 hours. We'll see what happens there. How are we looking on these guys? Pretty decent on most of them. The visit for Denzel Boston was kind of a waste. It didn't really do much. Oregon's kind of pulling away. Parrish is looking good. Oh, did we guess right? That's a big boost. We had to have guessed right. Hold on, I'm not going to the right thing. I think we guessed right on Standard Bear. It's not like amazing boost. Coach Prestige. Yeah, I think we guessed right on it. That's huge. Oh my God. And he's coming on campus week 3. We might have timed that really well to get Colin Simmons to commit. Jordan Seaton, we've now dropped, but we can now switch to a hard sell on him. He likes not a lot of good stuff, does he? He's probably conference legend. It's not as good as what Colin Simmons was, but we'll see if that affects him at all. And then we can toss a 25 in on him and a 5. Get him back up to 50. We'll see if we can pass Miami. Parrish is basically a lock. We're the only team that's committed or offered him. Bray Hubbard, we probably should do a little bit more to get him back playing style. Darn it, that's already one of his ones that he likes. We're going to have to take another guess on him. We're going to hope that it's clocked in. We're going to hope that it's clocked in. For Bray Hubbard. Bothwell, we're looking good. Georgia's starting to make a little bit of a push. We still don't know enough to hard sell him. I don't want to take that risk. Georgia might pass us. Denzel Boston, same kind of deal with Bothwell. I don't think we have what it takes to pass Oregon. It might be a waste. Brady Small, we're looking good on. Jeremiah Wilson, we're doing okay, but Tulane's actually starting to make a little bit of a push. Let's schedule him to get on campus. Ernest Green, we're losing out on. It's also a risk to hard sell him. And it's cost 40 to get him on campus because he's from California. It's not going to be that one. It could be that one, but that's a C+. I don't really want to sell that. This one, hopefully, is what it is. We're going to guess aspirational goals because that's what we have the best in. So we're going to bank that that's what it is. Fleming, we're looking good. Brian Nelson Jr., the second, we are really falling out on. We're going to have to try to get back in on him. I don't know if it's going to be possible. We might be too late to get in on him. What's he going to like? He's probably going to like this one, Standard Bearer. Thankfully, we have really good grades. So a lot of these are going well because we have good grades. We don't know a single thing about Tao Johnson, or Teo Johnson, whatever his name is. Naziah Hunter, I can switch to a hard sell for you. We know 2 of the 3. So it's probably going to be this one, aspirational goals as well. And hopefully that gets us in the lead for him. Duke Watson, we got to bring in one of the running backs. Somebody's got to come back. So I guess I could do a Sway. Nah, Sway is too risky. Let's just toss 35 on him, see what happens. All right. Colin Simmons feels like a lock, especially because he's on campus this week. Please, Colin Simmons, please commit to the national champions. Please. Oh, my God. Colin Simmons, the #1 player in the portal, has committed to South Carolina. Oh, my God. Him and Dylan Stewart off the edge? You got to be kidding me, man. So we lose out on Mo Kamalu he's a high school player. Not the end of the world. We lose out on Denzel Boston. I kind of assumed that was going to happen. And Brian Nelson the second. We got up to second on him, but we couldn't capitalize. But Colin Simmons has committed. That's the biggest one. The #1 player in the entire portal. Colin Simmons, baby. That's insane. What a get. What a get for the national champions. Colin Simmons, dude. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. We're still looking good on all these recruits, except for Matt Lockridge. We can kind of just take him off the board, I guess. Let's just do that. Vernon Shipley, we're looking good on. Shepley, excuse me. Ooh, Jordan Seaton, we jumped to #1 for after the visit, the week 3 visit. There's a chance we can't do anything else with him. There's a chance he commits. Duke's actually started to make a push on Coy Parrish. You know what? Let's just get him on campus just to secure that, just in case. I don't think the Duke could come back in this time. It's probably too late, but just in case. Bray Hubbard, darn it, man. The visit didn't do enough, and I think we missed it. Oh, yeah, we guessed wrong on the thing. That's not good. We could try a sway. I guess we could try a sway, but I don't know if a sway is really... Is a sway worth it? I don't know. I feel like we just go to a hard sell and we try to guess again. It's not going to be that one, because that's the one that we got wrong. It's probably the clutch, now that I think about it. It's not that one. It is the clutch, isn't it? All right, we'll see what happens there. Oh, wait, maybe it's not the clutch? Oh, it's because playing time's an F, that's why. I don't think we're going to get Bray Hubbard. It's not the end of the world, but I don't think we're going to get him. George is making a real push for Fluff Bothwell. I think it's time to do a hard sell on him. We've waited so long on him. I think it is time. We're going to have to guess. And it could be this one, primetime player. It could be this one. I hope it's not. It could be... It's got to be primetime player. Please be primetime player. This is a huge risk, because if we're wrong on this, George is going to swoop in and take him. So I'm hoping that it's him. We're looking good on him. Jeremiah Wilson. We got F playing time for a corner. That's not ideal. I'm still going to try it. We're still going to try the hard sell for him. It's probably this one, the clutch. It's the only one I think it can be. Wow. Ernest Green is really close to committing to Boise State. He's on campus week 4. We can't get him in. This is the final week. We should have got him on campus earlier. We're just going to have to hope that he doesn't commit to Boise, because there's nothing else I can do. We've already got aspirational goals, which is the best sway the best hard sell we can do. We can't get him on campus, so we're just going to have to hope that week 4 visit he doesn't commit to anybody. Johnson we can schedule for a week 4. What's he like? He likes playing style. Hopefully that'll be the sealing of the deal. Naziah Hunter, we guessed wrong on aspirational goals. Stupid. So which one's it going to be? This one? It's probably going to be house call then. It's not that good. Not that good. He likes championship contender. Good thing we are the national champions. Duke Watson, we're trying to climb the ladder for. It's not looking good, though. We might just be out on him. But I need a running back, man. I know we're in a good chance to get Fluff, but I'd prefer to have 2. Primetime player could be 1. That can't be 1. It's probably going to be primetime player, or it's campus personality. It can't be campus personality, can it? That sucks if it is. I'm going to risk it on primetime player. We'll also get him on campus. Kalen Ellis we're looking good for. Bear Alexander, we can try to push the last little bit for. It's not looking like we're going to bring him in. It's fine. We have a lot of D tackles anyway. We're bringing in a bunch in freshmen, so it's not the end of the world that we don't get Bear Alexander, but just for the memes, because he transfers every single year to new teams, I thought it'd be fun to bring him in. Ashton Stamps, maybe we can swoop in last second and get Ashton Stamps back. I just didn't have enough hours to go after him fully. But maybe we can swoop in after Virginia and take him. Umarov, we got to swap to something new for you. We're full up on visits, which is annoying. I wish I had more visits available. It's probably going to be Sunday player. We have 2 A's and a C. And that's probably the only thing that we can do. I'll put 10 extra hours on somebody because we have them available. I don't know who I need to put them on, though. I guess I'll put them on the kicker. Actually, I can't. So we'll just do one of the freshmen, I guess. Jason Payne, sure. It's a great spy name, Jason Payne. Okay, we got the biggest player in the portal. We got Colin Simmons, so the rest is just icing on the cake. Let's see what happens. We end up with Umarov, the transfer guard, 4-star, big. We get Gervonta Springs, a freshman wide receiver. We get Jason Payne, also a freshman. We get Vernon Shepley, also a freshman. Hakeem Iheanacho. I didn't really even recruit you. Or David Thrash. I didn't recruit you either, but they both commit to the team. Gabe Battle, the kicker, freshman kicker. Jeremiah Wilson, the corner transfer. Okay. Ernest Green. We survived on Ernest Green. I thought the Boise State visit was going to send him to Boise, but he chooses us. That's big. I like that. Coy Parrish commits. I know that Coy just committed to us in Delaware, but I couldn't deny it. He's too good. We also get Tal Johnson. We get Jordan Seaton, the left tackle, 5-star. That's 2 5-star transfers, baby. We also get Brady Small, 4-star center. Dorian Fleming commits, but nobody was even going after him. But the running backs didn't choose us. What about Fluff? No, Georgia did pass us on Fluff. You gotta be kidding me. How? I thought we were a lock. We didn't get Isaiah Hunter or Duke Watson. We kind of knew those guys weren't going to choose us. Hubbard chose Tulane, not surprised. Kalen Ellis, BYU swooped in? Didn't see that coming. Ashton Stamps, it was too late to get him. But Fluff, I knew Bear wasn't going to commit to us, but Fluff, no. Why did you choose Georgia? Oh, that sucks. I thought we were pretty much going to get Fluff Bothwell, but he chose Georgia. So that's kind of annoying. Let's take these guys off our board and figure out what our final class looks like. We killed the portal, though. We killed the portal. We got ourselves some crazy players, including the #1 transfer portal player in the entire class in Colin Simmons. I mean, this is out of control, man. Absolutely out of control. Let's take a look at the dev traits. We'll refresh you on the dev traits of all of the freshmen that we got when we looked at it early National Signing Day, because it's been a minute since we looked at them. So, elite dev for Joshua Wood. Star for Jamerson Willett. Impact for Felix Coatney. Star for Otis Major. Elite for Enrique Kiernan. Normal for Jalen Rasmussen. Normal for Niles Burrell. Star for Tyrese Rawls. Impact for Ezekiel Malveaux. Colin Simmons has star. Gervonta Springs with impact. Impact for Jason Payne. Normal for Vernon Shepley. Iheanacho has normal. Not surprised. David Thrash also with normal. Elite dev for Jordan Seaton, the transfer sophomore who's going to be a junior. That's pretty big. Star dev for Coy Parrish. Impact for Brady Small. Impact for Jeremiah Wilson. Star for Ernest Green. Impact for Fleming. Impact for Tal Johnson. And for Gabe Battle, the kicker with impact. Pretty cool. And Shamarad Umarov. That's a crazy name. He has star dev. So, pretty sick. We bring in 24 people in the class, including the #1 player. Right? Did we get the #1 player? No, we didn't get. We have the #3 player. That's right. #3 player in high school, and the #1 player in the portal, which means our class ends up being #2, right behind the Buckeyes. It would have been #1, but we were maybe a recruit short. If we would have got Fluff Bothwell, we would have been #1 most likely. That's kind of annoying, actually. We didn't get him, but we bring in 5 5-stars, 12 4-stars, 6 3-stars, and the 1 running back who was a 2-star. But #2 in the class for only bringing in 24 guys is not bad at all. That's very good. I like that a lot. That was a really good offseason. Really, really good. And now we got Dylan Stewart and Colin Simmons. Oh my God. What an edge rush duo. Jesus. What a freaking edge rush duo. Lenora Sellers is back. Where the F is... Where's my guy? Hold on. Where's my quarterback? Where's Aaron Nolan at? He didn't leave. I switched it. I'm pretty sure I switched it, right? Aaron Nolan didn't leave, did he? He did leave. He's in Tennessee now. What? How in the world did Aaron Nolan get out of here? I thought it was a guarantee he was coming back. Did I screw it up? Oh my God, I didn't offer them the deal. Oh my, I know what I did. I know what I did. When it said guarantee, I never offered them. I just skipped it. Oh my God. Oh my God. Well, you know what? That's crazy. I can't believe I just did that. What do I do? Do I go back? Because I still have the save file where I didn't save past the deadline or past players leaving. Wow. I can't believe I did that. I had the guarantee, like I did it, it worked, but I didn't actually persuade them. What I did was I just saw that it was guaranteed, and then I moved on. I thought that I think you have to actually still tell them to come back, even though it says guaranteed. I completely just screwed that all up. And I already went so far as to keep them on the team, so I think I have to go back, right? Or do I just let them go? Because what if I don't get Colin Simmons this time? Wow, this is kind of crazy. I didn't think this is gonna how this was gonna be how it went. Uh, you know what? I guess I'm gonna leave it on a cliffhanger there because the last thing that we're gonna do is set up the schedule and the training, and then do recruiting for the preseason. So we'll go over all of that in the next episode. I'm gonna leave it on a cliffhanger. Do I go back? Will I go back and reset the save to make sure that those guys stay? Because I already did it once. Why wouldn't I do it again? But then will I not get Colin Simmons this time? I don't know. I'm going to leave it on a cliffhanger. We'll see what happens. You guys will see what happens in the next episode. If you enjoyed this one, though, make sure to leave it a like. I know it was kind of scatterbrain what happened in this episode, but hey, it is what it is. Leave it a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel for more. Join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.